this is Demorse, and today I'll be showing you how to build an 8 by 2 piston doorway using some new redstone mechanics in 1.5. Essentially, in this you'll need redstone blocks, sticky pistons, redstone, repeaters, and decoration block of your choice. In this case, I'm using iron. Essentially, first things first is that you want to set out the outlay of where you want the door to go. So let's do that right now. Since you want to go with this setup, so you know exactly where the blocks are going to be when the pistons are extended, and then build up from there. Once you have it 8 high on one side, go to the other side and do the same. Now, the reason that I'm including the redstone blocks is because a little nifty feature added with the new update is that it can power 2 blocks at the same time if powered by the upper block. So we'll be placing redstone blocks every 2 blocks until they're all fully extended. Let me go ahead and fix the weather here real quickly. And that's essentially just your basic setup so far. So go ahead and place down the wall. It doesn't matter really when you place this down, as long as you know where it's going to go in the end. Sorry if you can hear the clicking. I'm not too sure if you can or not. I'm using a new mouse, so hopefully it's not too bad. And the reason that this makes it so much simpler is because you don't have to use as many blocks as you normally would by shelling out these individually. You can space them out and make them work more smoothly. Now essentially how we're going to get this to work is that we're going to use pistons to retract these redstone blocks. Now this is very resource intensive, but it's fairly easy to set up in creative if you just want to make a really large doorway. Do the same on this side. I hate when pistons do that. There we go. And that's essentially really the basic logic of how things work. The these pistons will grab the redstone blocks, pull them away to open the doors, and push them in to close the doors. And now all we have to do is to connect them. Now we will be using some redstone update techniques to make this work really smoothly, but essentially that's not going to be that too big of a deal in the end. Now what I like to do here is kind of move it out a little bit, so just keep going in a straight line. Whichever way you prefer will work. It's just a personal preference of mine. I like to do it this way. And seriously, that's all you have to do right there. And just for reference, we'll just pull out a lever here real quick to say that indeed it does work. How simplistic you can actually set this up. So just pull the lever here right now, lever, and bam. Ta-da! It's retracted. Now it's open again. As simple as that. Now all we have to do is mirror that on the other side to connect the two to a T flip-flop, and we can have our door system going. So let me do that. Sorry, I keep going back for references. I like to make sure I'm setting up the same way each time, so not to cause any confusion. Sorry about this video taking so long, just making sure I'm saying each side up identical. Stupid weather. Now I like to bury my lines at least 2 deep whenever possible, just to kind of hide the redstone a fair bit, and that's essentially just what I'm doing here real quick. Now I like to put repeaters down here just as precautionary measures, and know where I need to put the input line at. Just right there. So just for temporary basis, I'm just going to set up a really fast T flip-flop to show you that indeed it does work, and let you build it yourself, and you can hide the T flip-flop anywhere you please and set up a 2-line system as well. It's very easily to set up with this outlay. As you can see now, everything is set up, and with a push of a button that's connected to a T flip-flop, it will toggle the piston doors perfectly every time. And this is all using new mechanics in 1.5. Thank you so much for watching. This is Demois.